Hi, my name is Linda Jo Martin, the Book Lady, and this is my weekly writing video. Today's topic is dedication. And I don't mean the kind of dedication you would put at the beginning of a book. Now, I looked up dedication to the page on Google, and what I got was a lot of pages about how to write dedications in your book. Well, seems like that's pretty straightforward. You say it's dedicated to whoever it's dedicated to, right? But that's not the kind of dedication I'm trying to talk about today. I'm trying to talk about the kind of dedication that would get me into my writing notebook to write another story every day. And I still have not achieved that dedication that I am looking for. Some of you may remember that at the beginning of the year I made some goals for 2018, and one of the goals was to write a short flash fiction story every day. And to this day, I have not been able to make myself do it every day. And I'm just hoping that by the end of the year I will be there, that I will be writing a story every day. So I'm not giving up on the goal just because I haven't achieved it yet. It's something that's going to have to grow on me. So today I wrote a little bit about dedication in my journal, and I sometimes read to you from my journal because it's really a crutch for me, because to tell you the truth, I write a lot better than I speak, and that's part of the reason why I'm here on YouTube, is to learn how to speak better than I have in the past, and to be more comfortable in the camera, and to be able to express what I'm thinking about more clearly. So I'm going to try and do it without reading from my journal. But to be honest with you, I have it right here in front of me in case I need it. So basically, what I wanted to say is that to have dedication, you have to be determined to have that dedication. I've often said that the hardest part of writing is just to get in there and start writing every day. If I write the first sentence, it gets a lot easier. It's like I'm there, the thoughts start flowing, I can put them down on the page, I have fun doing it. It's just that one moment of starting the process of writing something that seems to be a difficulty for me, and I'm sure for many others. So you have to have the determination to be there at the page, and in order to have the determination, you need to be persistent. You can't let it go, and you have to have a habit. At least I have to have a habit. I should really speak for myself, because I prefer habits over schedules. If I was to say that I was going to be at the page at 10 o'clock every day, I would be setting myself up for failure. I would not be able to be there at the exact moment, 10 o'clock. I would say, oh, it's 11. I forgot to do it. Oh, I'm a failure. I can't write. And that's kind of ridiculous, of course. So what I do is I make habits, and I work the writing time into my morning routine. Usually I want to get that kind of thing done in the morning, because if I wait till afternoon, I'm really lost. I'm just going to be doing other stuff and thinking other things and worrying about making money so I can pay my bills and things like that that are kind of important. So yeah, I need the perseverance, but I need the habit to have the perseverance so I can have the dedication to do what I need to do, the dedication to the page, to the project. And so these are things that I'm working on. I don't know if what I'm saying is going to be of any help to anybody else, but I'm trying to get myself into the habit of writing again every day. And it's been a while since I've been able to do it every day. And the other thing I need to work on after I get this established a little bit better is that I'm going to have to get in there and edit some of those novels that I wrote. So I don't know why I find editing so challenging, but it just is. I think it's just the challenge of doing it daily. That's the thing that I'm working on. So I think that's enough for part one of the video, and part two will be to read a story. Pick a number, read a story. So the stories are things that I have written in this little notebook. They're all flash fiction, less than 500 words, very short stories. So in case you don't know, it's my habit to write flash fiction for 2018 because I would like to collect my short stories at the end of the year in a little book to be published on Amazon. I'm getting out my numbers now. Okay, numbers, come here. One more. Okay. My numbers are on little pieces of paper, which I conveniently get these little papers off of my tea bags, and they each have a quote on them. They're from Good Earth Tea. I'm sure a lot of you have seen those. So I'm going to do the number. I'm going to pick a number randomly that corresponds with the story that I have written, and then I'm going to read the quote. Now, last week I did number 4, story number 4, and I forgot to read the quote, so I'm going to do that right now. It says, "Only those who risk going too far can possibly find out how far they can go." T.S. Eliot. So definitely we need to risk going too far. So I'm picking a number randomly that will correspond to a story so that this is totally unexpected what I will be reading, and it turns out to be number 14. Number 14, and the quote is, "If opportunity doesn't knock, build a door." So said Milton Berle. So, looking for story number 14. And it is titled Reading. One of our favorite things, right? So the prompt is, write about the light of the lamps and candles, and the prompt comes out of this book, A Writer's Book of Days by Judy Reeves, who is a writing teacher who has put her marvelous wisdom about writing into this book, along with one prompt for each day of the year. The title is Reading. When I open my eyes, the candles are still lit. And what is that? Emmeline informs me. That's a row of oil lamps. Soft light for you, she says. I've never seen them before. How could I? I've been blind all my life until now. I've had surgery before, but it was painful and unsuccessful, however well-intentioned. But now I see. We're in Bolivia, and I got treatment from a herbal concoction, and slowly I gained sight, but my eyes don't like the light. That's why I stay in this cave, and there are only candles and oil lamps. Emmeline asks if I'd like to read a book. How? I asked. You mean an audiobook? No, a paper book. I'd like to teach you to read. I look away, wishing there were some other option. My eyes still ache. I don't want to say it. Instead I say, all right. After all, there's nothing else to do in this boring dark cave. She hands me a book. That's Go Dog Go, she says. I look at the pictures. Is that a dog? I ask, pointing at a picture on the book. Yes. It looks ridiculous, I say. Confused about dogs because I've touched some long-hair dogs and this one looks like no hair. I've touched them too. I fall asleep during my first reading lesson. When I wake up, the doctor is there. 1 more month, perhaps, she says, as she dabs my eyes with her herbal mixture. By then I'll be stark raving mad, I inform her. I want to get out of here. I want to see the world. Everything is very gradual, she says. If you go outside now, your eyes may be ruined forever. I play the waiting game. I know how this works because I've waited 37 years to see. Waiting is tedious, but it strengthens us, I remind myself. I get up from bed and walked to the kitchen looking for things to identify, touching them first with eyes closed to remember the shapes, then opening my eyes to examine. Though my eyes are bad, my hearing is intense. All of these years of sightless waiting have improved my other senses. Now I hear the doctor in the next room telling her nurse, "We have to keep him here, so we can keep collecting payments. He believes he could not go outside without damaging his eyes." I am outraged and resolved to go outside anyway as soon as I can get by whoever guards the exit. The doctor leaves, and I seek my way out. Nobody is watching. Soon I'll see the world for the first time. But bright light awaits me, and pain, and I close my eyes, and they come and get me. "You understand now," the doctor says. "It was 1 month. Now it will be 2. I get in bed. I'm going to have to last through this. What's a man to do? I look through Go Dog Go and try to determine the right words to go with the symbols. Slowly I master this odd style of reading. I could get used to this, I tell myself, and I roll over and fall asleep. So I would say that's not one of the best stories I've ever read, but when I get to the page, I have to write something, and that's what came out that day. So I just wanted to look at the prompt again. It said, "Write about the light of the lamps and candles." So this week I've started to write in my other journal. It's a fountain pen journal. I write everything in here in fountain pen ink, and mainly I just write memoirs. Really happy to be writing them again. I get the prompts out of this book. It's called Kicking in the Wall by Barbara Abercrombie. And I've enjoyed this. I bought this over in Coeur d'Alene at an indie bookstore called, oh my goodness, what is that called? Something about a moose. Okay, I'll put it up here. I know that the Well-Read Moose. I think that's what it is. Yeah, okay, we're good. This is where I got it. Enjoy that bookstore. Of course, it's a bit on the pricey side because it's an indie bookstore, but still I like to support the indie bookstores because I don't want them to go away. They're so much fun to hang out in, right? And this particular one in Coeur d'Alene has a little juice bar there, coffee bar, so yeah, it's a nice place. Anyhow, Kicking in the Wall, a prompt book, and it says a year of writing exercises, prompts, and quotes to help you break through your blocks and reach your writing goals. And so far, almost everything that I've written from these prompts has turned out to be a memoir, a short memoir, not a long one. So the last part of my video is to read the tip from Jack Kerouac. And here we go again. We are down to, looks like we're in tip number 8 on the list of 30. Write what you want bottomless from bottom of the mind. Write what you want bottomless from the bottom of the mind, and that sure sounds like the subconscious to me. I think what Kerouac is training me to do is to write from my subconscious mind. I think that's what I'm getting out of his tips so far, and it's pretty inspiring. I've started to read On the Road by Jack Kerouac. I've got the audiobook. There are 9 discs. I borrowed it from the library, and I've already listened to 2 of the discs. It so much reminds me of my young adult days. Yeah, someday I'll tell you about that, but right now doesn't seem like the right time. So that's all for my video today, for my writing video. And I am going to follow this up with another video that needs to be done. It is the 28th of February, and I am planning to do a month-end video, what they call a February wrap-up, and that's coming next. So I'll talk to you in the next video, and thank you for coming here and listening to my writing video. I hope you found it entertaining, and really I'm hoping that other people will take up the pen and write with me. That would be so cool. So, talk to you later. Bye.